Hi guys, today's November 3rd, and as you can see, I'm not here. I took a half day. I have to go to the doctor's. Sorry. And I'm missing my favorite class. But I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of guidance today, and then you guys could get started on your classwork. So I'm just going to go over the do now, what would have been your do now. But the do now was, what is the distance between Wood Ave South and Route 1? And I know you guys have seen this exit before. It's like the exit in between Menlo Park and Woodbridge Mall on the Parkway. So if we want to find the distance between them two, we want to find the difference between how far away Wood Ave South is from Newark, or from, it's really Route 1. That's the exit. So if I'm standing here on this highway, I know that Wood Ave South is 1.5 miles away, and then the Route 1 exit is 2 miles away. So I could see that the distance between them is going to be at half a mile. But mathematically, we would have to subtract. And you would have to do 2 minus 1.5. Well, the problem with this is that I have nothing here, right here where I'm pointing, to take 1.5 away from. So when we are subtracting a mixed number from a whole number, we need to do something called borrowing. And basically, we're just manipulating the problem to help us subtract. So I know that whole numbers are like 1 over 1, 2 over 2, 3 over 3, 4 over 4, and so on. So I always look at my denominator in my other mixed number, and in this case, it's 2. So I'm going to rewrite 2 as 1 and 2 over 2. Because in reality, this is still 1 plus 1, which is still 2. So that's why we changed the 2 to a 1 and bring that 2 over 2 here, because we're really just manipulating the 2 to look like 1 and 2 over 2 so that we can subtract. And now that I have 2 over 2 minus 1/2, we get 1/2, and 1 minus 1 is just 0. So it's 1/2 mile apart. Now, I also realized that a lot of you guys don't remember how to change mixed numbers to improper fractions. And yesterday I did a lot of research on adding and subtracting fractions because I felt like you guys had a hard time. So I decided that from now on, whenever you have a mixed number, change it to an improper fraction and then follow all the other rules. So for example, we have 4 1/5 here. Ignore the negative sign for now, and we're going to get mad. Mad means multiply, add, and then the denominator in a fraction right here, 2. Okay? So, in this case, we're going to multiply. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21, and the denominator is 5, and just don't forget to bring that negative sign down. So, you do this with every mixed number. So now, this is the same thing. Negative 4 1/5 is the same as negative 21 over 5. So now that we know that negative 4 1/5 is the same as negative 21 over 5, we could set it up like this. And we're going to change this 2 3/10 into an improper fraction as well. 10 times 2, 20, plus 3. And if you want to write 20 plus 3 as 23, that's fine. 23 over 10. And it's positive. Now, my issue here is that they are not common denominators. So I know some of you guys are going to say, well, I can multiply 5 times 2 and get 10, which is fine. Or some of you might do 5 times 10 is 50, but that's more work. But if you don't remember, you could always put it in the LCM upside down cake and take out common factors until you have no common factors and multiply your L, or I like to think of this as an UGG boot. 5 times 1 is 5 times 2 is 10. So our common denominator, our least common multiple that we could have is 10. So now, I know that both of these fractions are going to have a denominator of 10. So 5 times what gives me 10? 5 times 2. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So negative 21 times 2 is negative 42. I'm just doubling up whatever's in my numerator. And I have 23, and I don't have to change that because the denominator is already 10. So now I'm just looking at the top here, okay? And I have a negative 42 and a positive 23. And you could look at this just like we did with integers. They're different signs, so we need to find the difference between 42 and 23. And I'm just going to go to over here and just subtract 42 minus 23. 12 minus 3 is 9, and we get 19. But do I have more positives or more negatives? I have more negatives. And we always need to make sure that our answers are in simplest form. In this case, they are. 19 and 10 do not have any common factors, and you can leave it as an improper because in pre-algebra you're never going to change it back to mixed numbers. So let's get used to it now. Okay, so your classwork for today is you're going to go up, and in the green magnetic folder by like the Chromebook cart up in the front, there are scavenger hunt sheets. You're going to grab one sheet, and you are going to grab a clipboard and pick a partner. Pick a partner that you're going to work well with, not talk to, okay? And you are going to go around the scavenger hunt, okay? Obviously, you are not going to meet with me. Mrs. Jones is in 4th period, but I'm not here, so you're going to skip that part. We'll meet tomorrow. And then if you finish the scavenger hunt, there is a Quizlet in classroom that you may work with your partner as well. Your homework tonight is a adding and subtracting fractions form in classroom, and I am going to move the quiz to Monday because I think we need another day of practicing, especially that I'm not here. Okay, hope you guys have a great day. Please behave. Don't make me look bad. I know you won't, but still, have to say it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.